Ronnie here, back with Cobalt. Last time, Cobalt and Blaze went through the Emerald Forest where they met. I know one of them is Teal, but I forgot the lady. Anyways, let's get back into it. February 4th, Monday. Day 1. I'm gonna have to retitle my videos now. I hate this stupid tie. Seriously, if you're going to give us uniforms to wear to classes, the least you could do is make the tie for the male version not so much of a hassle to tie up. Granted, I've never had to tie one up before, but still, I'm seriously considering asking one of my new teammates for help. That was still a surprise to me too. Being made team leader, that's a lot of responsibility being put into my hands. I just hope I'm up to the challenge. Suddenly, I hear a knock on the door, and now my partner is calling out to me. Cobalt, you've been in there for a while. Is everything alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Just having some trouble with the tie. Is it safe to come in and help you, or are you still getting dressed? Since when do you care about whether it's safe for me to come in when I'm getting changed? I don't know, but Lilac, that's her name, and Teal are out here, and I don't want to put either them or you in an embarrassing situation just yet. Don't put us in an embarrassing situation ever, Akin. Yes, I'm fully clothed. Then I'm coming in. Oh, wow. So how do I look? Breathtaking, stunning, gorgeous, hot? I don't think there's enough words in the Valian dictionary for me to use. I don't mind. Just keep showering me with praise, and maybe kisses. That's a tempting offer. The way the uniform hugs... How do you say it? That uniform is hugging her curves a bit too much than usual. Darn it, Blaze, did you intentionally get a uniform that's a size smaller? Maybe I did. What are you gonna do about it, lover boy? No comment. In any case, you made an absolute mess with your tie. I hadn't noticed. Watch and learn, boyfriend. In a matter of seconds, Blaze undoes the faulty knot I had produced before turning to face the mirror and doing the tie herself. How is it that in the 12 months we've known each other, and the 11 that we've been dating, that you don't know how to tie a tie? It never came up until now. You're just lucky this isn't happening during our 1-year anniversary. Isn't that a month away though? I should be ungrounded by then, so that's a plus. Very true. I pay close attention to Blaze's efforts, and she seems to do a better job of this than I could have accomplished before now. Then she hands the tie back to me. Your turn, Cobalt. Wish me luck. It doesn't take me long to put the tie back on, and the knot I've made is better than the one than before. There, not the best knot, but it'll do for a novice. How do you know so much about tying ties anyway? I've been practicing. You never know when you'll need to undo your tie in a hurry. Now come on, breakfast awaits. It's a fancy bathroom. Oh wow. I take it that since we're all out here, we're ready to go down to breakfast? We are. Ooh, new music. Sounds funky. Then we should get going. Hopefully they don't run out of pancakes by the time we get there. Well, let's hope me and Blaze remember where the mess hall is. Otherwise, all 4 of us are going to be lost. Mess hall. You okay there, Teal? I'm fine. Just getting used to seeing so many people my age gathered in one place. You've never been in a situation like this? Not even at school? If you can call it that. I lived outside the main cities of the kingdom, in a village so small it could practically be considered a tribe. That's decidedly different from my experiences growing up. I grew up a lot closer to Vale City. Indeed. Still, I'm glad for the opportunity here. Well, that's good to hear. Agreed. Even if his thoughts are being mirrored by every single other first-year student here, I realize that. If we could get back on track here. Anyway, our first class happens to be Grim Studies, with one Professor Port. Now, I haven't heard much about his teaching methods from my sister, but she did advise us to study hard outside of the classes for this one. Like, we shouldn't be doing that anyway? I think he meant study harder than usual, like. I did. In any case, we should probably try to sit together for once we're in the classroom. That way we can compare notes when we're writing them. Not before finishing our breakfast, though. Touché. First day of school, guys. Let's try not to be late for class. We fell into the half-empty classroom with a couple of other students. It's not that far off from being class time, so why am I noticing quite a few empty seats? Whatever the case, there's plenty of room for all four of us at one of the tables. So we go to sit down. Blaze immediately goes to sit next to me, oddly enough. So Cobalt, first class at Beacon. I wonder what we're learning first. You seem quite eager to learn, Blaze. It's more about knowing how to combat Grim so nobody gets hurt. Especially if they're on my team. Oh, I see. Incoming! Oh boy. See? I told you we would make it if we hurried up. Oh boy. Oh! I know what this is referencing to. Please keep your teammate from pulling off such a ridiculous stunt like that again, Narc. Hey, how was I supposed to know that she just pushed us along like that? I need to stop skipping leg day, guys. Perhaps you shouldn't barrel through people, Nora. It's not my fault they were moving too slow. Can we just sit down, please? That was painful just to watch. At least nobody got seriously injured from that kerfuffle, though. I still hope they're alright, though. Me too, Blaze. A slightly rotund man on the short side stands in front of the desk, in the middle of the classroom's bottom area. He sports a finely trimmed mustache and wears mostly burgundy. Please don't judge my Professor Port. Children, I welcome you into these halls. I take it that our new Grim Studies professor. I am Professor Port, and I shall be teaching you about the creatures that threaten our world. Yep, I was right. Monsters, demons, prowlers of the night. Yes, the creatures of Grim have many names, but I merely refer to them as prey. Haha! Tough crowd. And you shall too upon graduating from this prestigious academy. Now, as I was saying, Vale, as well as the other three kingdoms, are safe havens in an otherwise treacherous world. Our planet is absolutely teeming with creatures that would love nothing more than to tear you into pieces. And that's where we come in. Huntsmen, huntresses, individuals who have sworn to protect those who cannot protect themselves. From what you ask? Why, the very world. Yep. Is it bad that I recognize that detail as well? What? That is what you are training to become, but first, a story. A tale of a young, handsome man. me when I was a boy. Oh boy. Despite smelling of cabbages, my grandfather was a wise man. Peter, he told me, you can't sprinkle your glitter. But wait. You can glitter your sprinkle, but you can't sprinkle your glitter. Oh wait, that's the abridged version. Now I'm starting to see why Shadow told me and Blaze to study extra hard for this class. In the end, the Beowulf was no match for my sheer tenacity, and I returned to my village with the beast in captivity and my head held high, celebrated as a hero. Many of the other classmates and I sigh in relief once Port bows. Thank goodness that is over. The moral of the story? A true huntsman must be honorable. A true huntsman must be dependable. A true huntsman must be strategic, well-educated, and wise. So who among you believes themselves to be the embodiment of these traits? I feel the need to save. I raise my hand and call up to Professor Port, slightly regretting this course of action. I do, sir. Well then, let's Oh, I know what this is. Port then turns to gesture at an currently unidentified Gremlin cage. Had that always been there? Step forward and face your opponent. I sigh and get out of my seat and head to the front of the class. Good luck, Cobalt. Thanks, Blaze. I think I'm gonna need it. Alright, let the match begin. Haha, wasn't expecting that word. Alright, darn it. Oh, what will you do now that you've been hit? Go for its belly, there's no wonder. Stop telling me it's not helping. Nevertheless, it can't hurt to follow Ruby's advice with an ice crystal to this Grim's belly. An interesting approach. I like it. Bravo, bravo. It appears we're indeed in the presence of a true huntsman in training. Their grim knowledge was increased by 1. Oh hey. Maybe it was good I chose that course. I'm afraid that's all we have. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to cover the assigned readings and stay vigilant. Class dismissed. I was trying to go for the Overseer's abridged port. Oh. My team stand up just in time to watch a girl dressed in white walk hurriedly towards the exit, and now Ruby's following after her. If the brief confrontation I heard them have during my fight was any indicator, we'd probably be in tears. Probably end in tears. Sheesh, what's with her? I have no idea, Mr. Tall, Blonde, and Scraggly. Hey, I'm going to make a quick detour before I head to the next class. For one of those two? Yeah, Ruiz was one of the first people I became friends with since coming to Beacon. If this ends how I think it's going to end, I want to do the best I can do to make her feel better. I can't fault you for that, Cobalt. Just don't take too long or we might not be able to sit together. I'm still looking for Ruby, but I haven't had much luck quite yet. Although I think I can hear people arguing with each other, which doesn't sound good. Weiss, where is this coming from? What happened to all the talk about working together? I thought you believed in acting as a team. Not a team led by you. I've studied and trained, and quite frankly, I deserve better. Ozpin made a mistake. Oh. Time to make myself known, I guess. You okay there, Ruby? Cobalt? How long have you been standing there? Long enough for me to hear the last 3 sentences out of that conversation? Oh. Do you think she's right about Ozpin making a mistake? Ruby, it's only been 1 day. It's too early for anyone to tell if Ozpin made a mistake making you leader of Ruby. Cobalt does have a point. Wait. Point, Ruby. Oh, there he is. Arg, surprise. Ozpin, although it's nice to see him helping me out here. Ruby, Cobalt, I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, and child on this planet. But at this moment, I would not consider your appointment to leader as one of them. Not to mention, he saw how you performed during initiation. That tells me he thinks that you have the right stuff to be the leader at the very least. He does? Do you, Ruby? Yeah, I do. But what about Weiss? She's still my partner, and if she thinks I'm not good enough to be team leader, then you'll need to show her that you are. What do you mean? I believe I can answer that. Being a team leader isn't just a title you carry into battle, but a badge you wear constantly. If you're not always performing at your absolute best, then what reason do you give others to follow you? I guess that makes sense. Tell you what, this Sunday, let's run a team building exercise to help everyone on our teams feel more comfortable working with each other, as well as allow ourselves the opportunity to start filling in the role of team leader. Sounds great to me. So, team versus team sparring on Sunday? You got it. Let's share scroll contacts so we can plan some more later. There we go. All set for future planning. Before you two go your separate ways, allow me to offer one last word of advice. You've both been burdened with a daunting responsibility. I'd advise you take some time to think about how you will uphold it. I understand, Professor. See you around, Cobalt. Well, it seems like that I've helped Ruby as much as I can. I should probably meet up with the rest of my team in the mess hall. Commendable idea, Mr. Blue. And I recommend that both you and Ruby can visit my office if you need further advice. I will. Until next time, Professor. And that's the gist of it. Ouch. On the plus side, we're going to be arranging a team versus team fight for this Sunday. Look at you taking initiative. It'll help both of us get more used to the role of leader at the very least. And it will give us practice for the team's round of the Vital Festival tournament. Even though that's not until the end of the year. I know that. So yeah, we're going to fight Cobalt's team on Sunday. Looks like the day is starting to turn around for you, sis. Even if Weiss is a bit stuck up, I doubt things will get much worse for you than that. Hello, young people. Darn it. Dad, what are you doing here? That's Ruby's father? Relax, girls. You're not in trouble. I'm your substitute teacher for now? Wait, substitute teacher? Oh, please, no. This is amazing. Good morning, everyone. You can call me Mr. Xiaolong. Or you can call me Tai. Just don't call me when I'm in the shower. Well, I thought it was funny. Oh, darn it. I'm not here. I'm in a happy place. Substitute teacher, sir? That's right, Mr. Blue. Beacon's borrowing me for a short while until they can get a replacement. I am fully qualified huntsman, though, and have plenty of experience teaching at Signal Academy, too. I'm also a father and have plenty of practice dealing with troublemakers, so be warned. Somebody kill me and make it fast. Alright, now that introductions are out of the way, let's jump right in. What can you tell me about Aura? It enables semblances? That's correct, but not the full answer. Anything else? It acts as armor for us. I would have thought they would learn this in Signal. If Signal is also a uh, Huntsman school. That's another use for it, yes, but it's still only partially right. It does indeed protect us from damage like armor, but it can only do so while it's active. It does more than that, though. It also helps maintain our body overall. That's why lack of aura not only leaves you vulnerable to physical attacks, but also sickness as well. This natural armor allows us to do things otherwise impossible. From as mundane as recovering quickly from a cold to allowing one to obliterate an object like a cinder block while leaving one's leg intact. Quite a feat, don't you think? God darn it, he even makes terrible puns like Yang. But beyond that, your aura and semblance are tied to you as a person. Your body, aura, and semblance are all part of you. And as you strengthen one, you will strengthen yourself as a whole. While we do not know the true nature of aura semblances, it is vital to understand them. Some say your semblance is a reflection of your personality, or your will and desires in life, and your aura naturally can be strengthened to reflect this as well. I'll try to explain that concept in depth next class, though. So regardless of whether you found your semblance already or not, understanding the power and abilities of aura is the best way to further your training, and understanding its limit is the best way to survive. But in any case, aura can do more than protect the body and power special abilities. It can also enhance the user's physical attributes, and concentrations of it in certain areas can further increase those attributes. Now then, I'm used to teaching at a younger level than Beacon students, so I want to see where you're all at in terms of aura and aura control. Everyone is to break off into groups for an exercise in aura concentration. I want one person in each group to concentrate their aura on a body part, and everyone else in the group will match their focus. And don't just break off into your teams either. Mix it up a bit. Make some new friends. I guess we'll split off into partners then, seeing as your boyfriend is your partner. I never said my decision wasn't biased, as long as you don't do anything to embarrass us. I swear I won't do anything to embarrass you. Only Cobalt. Okay, we're going to find another pair to work with now. Okay, once you found a group to work with, you may begin the exercise. As me and Blaze get to our new seats, I take a good look at who we've gotten as group mates. Oh my god, it's tall, blonde, and scraggly. And one rather impressive looking girl. Judging by the way she carries herself, she's no amateur. Although I'm starting to suspect there may be something else going on, if 90% of the people I'm meeting at Beacon are attractive like this. Hello, I'm Cobalt, and this is my girlfriend Blaze. Hello. Hi there. The name's John Ark, short, sweet, and rolls off the tongue. And I'm Pyrrha. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Likewise, Pyrrha. I heard that you guys were the first ones to find the relics at the initiation. You guys moved fast. That's surprising. Unlike you guys, a Death Stalker? Really? Well, what can we say? We're overachievers, that's for sure. Yes, I am fairly certain anyone who was accepted into Beacon could pull off similarly impressive feats. Why does she look so nervous all of a sudden? Now that we've all introduced ourselves, shall we get on with the exercise? An excellent suggestion, Cobalt. I'll start us off. Pyrrha starts concentrating on her aura towards her hand without any trouble at all, almost as if it's coming naturally to her. I take it that you've been training before coming to Beacon? Okay, I clearly startled them both, but why? Are you serious right now? You actually don't know me? What do you mean? Should I know you? No, it's just I'm kind of used to people knowing who I am. John was one of the first at Beacon who didn't. I see. Although to be fair, John did seem pretty oblivious to what the Beacon initiation involved. You're not wrong. I take it you're some kind of celebrity? You don't know either? I've kind of been traveling up for most of my teenage years. I see, but yes, you could say I won the Mistral Regional Tournament 4 years in a row, and I graduated top of my class at Sanctum. Ah, that must make it problematic to find people who want to be friends with you and not the idea of you. Yes. Well, well, we could try to be friends, being friends. I think that sounds like a wonderful idea, Cobalt. As long as we make an effort to actually get to know each other, I think you'll be able to call me a real friend in time. That seems fair to me, Cobalt. Then it's settled. The four of us are now friends. Four of you are also on the path to detention if you don't get on with the exercise. As good as it is to see you all making new friends, it's not a good idea to let it distract you. Sorry, Professor. Oh no, Pyrrha's perfect record. The four of us get back to the exercise, not wanting to risk Professor Xiaolong's ear. Ah, that was scary. There was a lot of silence in that whole scene. Okay, that's the class. I want you all to know that all of you have done well for this first day. Some of you might still need a little practice, but all of your potentials are high. I can't wait to see where it takes you. I want you to continue with these basic exercises for at least half an hour every day for the week. Class dismissed. We should be getting back to our teammates now. We should be getting back 2 hours. It was nice meeting you both. Same here, John and Pyrrha. So they seem nice. Yeah, although John seems a bit nervous at times. Yeah, and his aural control was weird too. Weird? Yeah, it was like he barely had any experience in using it, but he had a lot of it from what I saw of the glow around him. Another of life's greatest mysteries. Great, whatever. Right alongside why we're here. Metaphysically or in this classroom. Either one is fine. So immediately teaming up with arguably the best and worst members of this class. Bold. Oh hey guys, what did you mean by best and worst in the class? Well, Pyrrha Nikos shouldn't need an explanation. Just about everyone knows the 4-time Mistral Regional Tournament winner. She's the only person to win in 4 times consecutively, in fact. Well, that explains why she was so nervous. Wait, you two didn't know that? She became famous enough to be put on the Pumpkin Pete cereal box. Even if you didn't know who she was by name, surely you must have seen that. Now that you mention it, I guess she does look vaguely familiar. To be honest, I didn't know her either. Well, after what you told us there a minute ago, I'm not surprised. Huh? What did he tell you? Details about his home. I'll tell you about them later. So how do you know so much about Pyrrha, Lilac? It's nothing special, really. My father is in the Atlesian military. He thought it was a good idea to keep an eye on various tournaments around the world. Study other huntsmen about styles as a form of tactical training. And apart from certain specialists, Pyrrha just happened to be a bit closer to home than most. And with her becoming so famous so quickly, it was easy to watch her and her opponents. Few are on her skill level, 2 of which being Hathaway Nova and Nebula Violet. 2 tournament fighters from Vacuole, although neither of them managed to best her in a duel. I might need to pick your brain about some of those details later. Feel free. Tactics are one of my favorite topics. Well, there's good news and there's bad news. While there aren't 4 neighboring seats left in this class, there's still at least 2 seats left together. Wait, is it the next day? Or I take it that we'll be sitting together, Cobalt? I don't see why not, Blaze. I guess we'll see you two at lunchtime then. See you later, Cobalt. Oh dear, I'm not sure I like where we've ended up. It's the girl who was having the fight with Ruby earlier. Weiss, I think her name was. Now she spotted me looking at her. This is going to suck. Look, I know that I'm not exactly an unknown person. What with my singing career and what my father does for a living. I beg your... But do you really have to stare at me like that? Well, if you gave my boyfriend 5 minutes to explain why he was looking at you like that in the first place, even though he's not entirely being faithful to you by looking at other women, he does seem like good boyfriend material, considering he's staring at the Harris of the Snee Dust Company. It wouldn't be the first time someone was after me for the perks of my last name either. Now listen here, you flat. Before either girl can respond, I quickly dart my hand out to cover Blaze's mouth before turning back to Weiss. Look, there's clearly been a misunderstanding here. Until a few seconds ago, I knew you as someone who was on Ruby Rose's team and had arguments with her after Port's class. But in any case, I apologize for staring and upsetting you, and I only hope you and Ruby have had a chance to make up since then. I see. I suppose that explains the staring, even if I have no idea who you are. I'm Cobalt, and I'm a new friend of Ruby's, and we started making plans to have our teams spar together on Sunday. Cobalt Blue of Team Cobalt? Yep. You paid attention to the team forming ceremony yesterday, then? Indeed. It's nice to make your acquaintance, Cobalt. Especially if we are able to be sparring against each other this weekend. Likewise, Weiss. I'm going to make an educated guess and say it's Weiss Schnee. It is, although I have some serious questions as to how you didn't know I was the heiress to the SDC. I didn't get to finish. Blaze, why? Gao? What did she do? She licked my hand. How vulgar. I opened my mouth to say something, but were interrupted as a woman in a lab coat enters the room. A good morning to all of you children. My name is Professor Peach. And I will be your dust instructor for the next 4 years. God darn it. Even some of the teachers are good looking. What is going on in this school? Now I understand that your Grim and History teachers take a theoretical approach to the curriculum. I'm more of a practical teacher. Practical Professor Peach? Whenever I saw images of her at first, I thought that was an antenna on her head. Indeed, Mr. Blue, wasn't it? Many teachers would go for textbook study on the nature of dust and its various uses on the battlefield. I prefer to practice with dust, to study its mysteries and experiment for educational purposes. That's an interesting approach, Professor. Thank you, Miss Snee. Now, if you all could make your way down to the front of the class, and I'll start you off with something nice and easy. Your dust knowledge has increased by 1. Learning so much. Oh, that's all the time we have for today? Make sure your reports on dust uses are ready for next week. I'm looking forward to reading them all. I go back to my seat only to be interrupted by Weiss. Look, we clearly got off on the wrong foot earlier, and seeing as we'll be sparring against each other on Sunday, I feel it would be best to clear the air. I accept your apology for staring at me earlier, and I apologize for accusing you of being unfaithful to your girlfriend. And assuming that you were interested in the perks of my last name, which you aren't, right? No. Just making sure. And I've got someone who needs to make an apology of her own. Blaze. I'm sorry for insulting you and your chest twice. Apology accepted, Miss Blaze, wasn't it? Blaze Ekin. Yep. Now if we could all agree to get along with each other more amicably in the future. I can agree with that. So can I. Good to hear. See you around then, Weiss. Goodbye, you two. Events still to be added. Huh? Oh, combat class. The one class we don't have to be in uniform for, but we have been instructed to bring our weapons along to this class. Which isn't a bad thing exactly, but the fact that it's being taught by Professor Goodwitch leaves me a tiny bit nervous. Alright, Team Cobalt. Do you think we'll be sparring against anyone in this class? I doubt it. I expect we'll be going over the combat rules in this class, so this doesn't just devolve into anarchy. You may have a point, Vivic. It is at that moment that she walks in and the entire classroom falls silent. Good morning, children. I see that you've all brought your weapons today, as instructed. Good. Make that into a habit, as you will need them for classes in the future. We won't be sparring today, as I need time to go over the rules which all spars will follow for the next 4 years. We will all be fighting in one-on-one rounds this semester, with additional combatants being open to participate in spars in future semesters. That makes sense. You will lose the match if you fall below an aura threshold and or you are knocked out of the fighting arena. Oh, that's not fun. Attacking an opponent after a match has been called will result in punishment. How severe this punishment will depend on the outcome of your actions. Now we have that out of the way. This will be the arena you fight in during spar. You'll be unable to see your fellow classmates during a match, but they will be able to see you. This is meant to give duelists the illusion of being entirely on their own. So more often than not, be the case when fighting against the Burma as well. Much like initiation, in these cases you must destroy all opposition, or else you will be killed, most likely horrifically. Now then, if you could all step down and follow me, I will take you to the locker rooms. Now, many of you were here over the course of the weekend, but this is the locker room. You will have time to get changed in and out of your uniforms before and after combat class. The locker rooms, as you already know, are unisex, and come equipped with washroom facilities. Now, each of you... Wait. If they're unisex, then does that mean that both genders use the same locker room? Now each of you have been assigned one rocket-prepared locker to store your weapons and extra armor. Additionally, your locker can be sent to a custom location based on a 6-digit code. I just realized that Cardin is not in Jade. What? No, wait. You gotta get me out of here. Please don't do it. Come on. Cardin Winchester. Oh, under no circumstances are you to send students flying out of the school in one of these lockers. We'll be serving detention for that stunt and helping to retrieve the locker from where it ended up. Professor? Is John going to be okay? Mr. Eric should be fine. With such an experience, while such an experience is unpleasant, it is survivable. I was more worried about if he landed in the Emerald Forest without his weapon. One moment. Fortunately, he did not get sent into the forest. He just got sent into Vale, which will keep Mr. Winchester attending Beacon. This is why you are not to subject students to this kind of behavior. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Now, as I was saying, lockers can be sent to a custom location based on a 6-digit code, which can be entered either on the lockers themselves or through an app on your scrolls. In case we need them unexpectedly. Indeed, Mr. Blue. I don't anticipate you needing them on school grounds, but it may become necessary while we are on field trips or dealing with sudden situations in grades. And that is the bell. As you will have noted on your scrolls, you will have 1 hour to engage in self-directed sparring. You may opt to pursue sparring with your teammates or with other students, depending on whoever is willing. Remember to bring your weapons tomorrow, students, as you will need them for when we start sparring. Mr. Winchester, you will accompany me to Vale. We have a retrieval mission to make. I'm okay. I didn't land far from the school. Darn it, there is no neighboring seats left. We must have taken too much time getting to class after sparring. Looks like we'll have to make some new friends, huh? Sounds good to me. See you after class, you three. I find an empty seat near one of the bottom rows on the right of someone I know. Hello, Yang. You're not sitting with your team? Oh, hey, Blue Boy. And not this time. Arrived too late? Yeah, we spent the past hour listening to Ruby talk to us about how both our teams are going to face off each other this Sunday. Speaking of which, I hope you're prepared to have your butt kicked. Don't be too sure of victory, Xiaolong. Just saying, the odds are against you. We'll see. Anyway, history of Remnant. Any idea what the professor's like? You mean Professor Oobleck? I think it was? That sounds like him. So? I have no idea. Hopefully he isn't as eccentric as... Oh, wait! I didn't... I was preparing to do my Oobleck. I've actually tried to do a gig for Ruby OVA over on someone's channel I won't name. I got rejected, so I don't know. It's been a while. You mean Professor Oobleck? I think it was. It sounds like him. So I have no idea. Hopefully he's in a good morning to you all, you students. I Professor Dr. Oobleck. Down. Maybe not. Port? What the heck was that? I turned to observe the bottom of the classroom, where the stage has been taken by a green and white blur, who I guess was the source of that white noise from before. Oh my god, that's our professor, isn't he? Today, children, we will be reviewing the history of the Great War and exactly what started it. I think it's best we start taking notes, Yang. Fast. My poor wrist. Oh, Ara, why don't you protect me from this? It's almost over. Try to resist. What's the matter? Declared art and other forms of self-expression illegal. Miss will soon follow suit, hoping to continue the alliance with them. Interestingly, the Mistrali leaders were rather hypocritical in their enforcement of the new law, not choosing to enforce it within their central power. The Kingdom of Vale, however, were of course appalled by such an action, though many of them... This is a lot harder, since I didn't have a script to memorize. Such accent. Though, many did not find it surprising due to the two nations' known labor camps, and their insistence of cultural superiority over the other kingdoms. This cultural rivalry came to a head during the Right Sanusi? Where settlers from... I can't. Both Vale and Mistral were both begrudgingly inhabiting a shared space. The already high tensions between the two kingdoms, combined with the close proximity of the two conflicting cultures, erupted into a brief skirmish between the settlers. The identity of who exactly initiated the incident, I give up, has been lost to history, although the consequences of it changed the world. This one event is now known as the opening act of one of, if not the darkest period in recorded history, the Great War. Yeah, I should probably write this down. Historical knowledge has increased by 1. That's all the time we have for today, children. Our first few weeks will be spent covering the Great War in more detail. Have a nice day. That was an experience. He does seem like a good professor, even if he was a fast talker. A very fast talker. I wish he didn't get so hard to follow at times. Well, I guess we can think of it as training. If we ever get to the point where we can pick up what he's saying, we can pick up everything. Ha, that's one way to look at it, blue boy. Either that or it must be some magical brew he's drinking. Phew, classes are finally done. Finally. They seem to go on forever. We had better get used to this. It's only the start of the year, and the classes don't get any shorter. Thanks, Oleg. So what do you three want to do with the rest of the afternoon? I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about going into Vale and stocking up on supplies for the dorm and ourselves. But I won't be able to join you. I'm still grounded. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. We can always do something when I get back, Blaze. I'm not sure if I am going to go into Vale today. You might be grounded, but there's still plenty of things you can do at Beacon. I'm probably going to practice with my weapon out in the courtyard for a bit for one. Is it cool if I tag along? If you want to, then sure. I'll be working out in the gym. And it looks like we're all going to be busy this afternoon, no matter what I do. Wait, does that mean the dorm will be empty? Wait, that gives me some ideas for if Cobalt hangs out with me this afternoon. God darn it, Akin. Do I? Oh. Congratulations, you reached the main part of Cobalt. From now on, you'll be able to see 3 different kinds of story events. Main story events. These are unchangeable events that will happen automatically. Progress the main storyline and or introduce new characters. So, canon. Route events. These are events tied to the characters you've already met outside of Team Cobalt and will progress their own personal route. You can make them happen on Saturdays provided you meet certain conditions first. So, not canon. Wait a minute. Cobalt itself isn't canon, but so it's a non-canon of a non-canon. Extra events. These are events that will give you special items, increase your stats, or introduce new characters and routes. Most can happen by being in the right place at the right time on the right day. But some may also require meeting certain conditions, or a bit of luck. I don't see how it's luck. Outside of these, visiting certain locations at certain times will allow you to spend your time and engage in various activities. These will allow you to build up your stats, obtain money, new knowledge, and items. Many of these locations are in Vale City, which has now been unlocked. This gives you an extra 4 areas to check out, although a 5th area will become explorable during the second half of the year. On an additional note, shopping won't advance your time unless you trigger an event. Have fun in the world of Cobalt, but remember, you only have 232 in-game days, so make the most out of it. The most of it. That's interesting. I'm gonna write that down. Because I can't remember how many Jade had. 38. Wait a minute. Alright. I have 238 days to live. At least, I don't know what it feels like to me. There's always that feeling of experiencing something great for the first time. That's kind of the same experience I had with a lot of things I like watching or reading, like Jade. So hopefully this doesn't disappoint, which I don't think it will. Things seem interesting so far. Well, time to go do something. Hold on. I noticed a little motif just then. Yeah, that was just red like roses. That first little part. The harp. That's what it's called. Advice? This part of the game is still a recode. Check back here again in future updates. Okay, classroom? What can I do here? Boom. Let's see what else. This part of the game is still undergoing a recode. Check back here again in future updates. Well, at least I don't get sucked into automatically doing our knowledge like in Jade. Library? Oh no! It's happening! What can I do here? Okay. What? Dormitory? Oh wow, this is pretty. What can I do here? Go to my own dorm. Is that where Blaze is? I should probably do a save while I'm here. Yes. Amphitheater, library, do a mess hall. What can I do here? This part of the game is still good. No, that means, or well, assuming that means no Nora. Gym? Let's already get ready for that Vital Festival, am I right? The Beacon Gym. It is time to finally put all this equipment to use. It doesn't look like I'm alone either. I can see someone else getting ahead with their training. Pomp. That had better be Blaze doing that, or I need to have words with someone. Guess who? Thank goodness. Blaze, maybe warn me before you do that. Ah, but your actions are just the best. Not going to dignify that with a response. You just did. Anyway, I take it you're here to get some training done too? Yep, I am. I could use a training partner though. Glad to hear it. What should we train today, boyfriend? Okay. Your fitness. Oh, fitness. I don't get to... I guess it's not going to be like I think... Never mind. Hey, well, spoilers. Not really spoilers, but I feel like I should have had an option. Bill City. Does the beacon till dawn? Close for reconstruction. I should probably come back when it's over. Oh yeah, this takes place a lot more before Jade, I think. Sneed Dust Shop. That's interesting. The Vale City store for the Sneed Dust Company. Well, one of them anyway. Looks like they're still looking to hire a security guard. Might be good to inquire into a part-time position, even if the company's business practices leave a lot to be desired. Open to the Sneed Dust store. How may I help you? Hello. I'm here to inquire about a part-time security job. You look a little less buff than what you could be for the intimidation factor, but you do seem to have your aura unlocked. Yes, ma'am. I'm a Beacon student. I see. It's unorthodox to do this without going through the usual hiring process, but we need a security guard yesterday. I can give you a trial run this afternoon to see how you do, but no promises after that. Understood, ma'am. Just tell me what to do. Suddenly, find the shop manager handing me a baton? I'm under the counter. I take this and stand near the exit. Don't let anyone steal anything, and that goes double for any armed goons. No kidding. Yes, ma'am. Oh, dang it. I wasted an afternoon. Main Street, Texans Butcher. Oh yeah, Texans, alive. Welcome to the Texans Book Trade, home to every book under the sun. How may I help you? Go there right now. Have a nice day. Alley. This part of the game is still undergoing. Right. Oh, Ruby Rooster Teeth artwork done by Christine Nguyen. I think that's how it's pronounced. Main Street? No. Alright. So, we have the option to work at, sneeze, desk shop. You can find out what this is, or we can go to sleep, or go to the gym. So many choices. This is a hard choice. I'm too curious. What the heck was that? Some kind of big explosion? What kind of force would even have the power to shake Beacon like it just did? Oh no. Well, it looks like adding combustion just with lightning just makes for some explosive results. Very volatile though. Professor Peach? Oh, Mr. Blue, I didn't hear you come in. I'm just in the middle of working on dust experiments. That explosion was you? Indeed, it was. Must be an incredible, powerful explosion if it can be felt outside the classroom too. You know, I feel like I shouldn't have been surprised. Quite. One question though, why are you trying to bring down the school with explosions? For science, trial and error is the very process in which knowledge is acquired in this line of work, especially with dust. How else are we supposed to know something is safe to use out in the open, or otherwise need to be contained in a secure biome, lest someone cause an explosion from sneezing? Ouch, thank goodness Ruby isn't here to hear that. Actually, since you're here, I could use a lab assistant to help me with my experiments if you're interested. I've got plans for a few bigger combinations which I just can't do on my own. I might be able to help out depending on how my studies are going, and if I've got anything planned with my friends or plays. Totally understandable. If you're free now, I could get started on one of the bigger experiments immediately. That's my better judgment. Sure, I've got the time. Just tell me what I need to do. Excellent. Let me just get the lemons and we can get started. Lemons? Well, you know what they say about lemons. That. Oh dear, looks like that combination was a bit too powerful. A bit? Professor, it caused a wall to collapse. And it is quite a learning experience for both of us. Now we know to add less ethanol into the mixture. I'm more worried about the fact we managed to destroy part of the school. It'll be fine. Oh no. Oh no. Who exactly is responsible for damaging? Darn it, Amy. Amy? We've talked about this. Hey, I wasn't intentionally trying to cause an explosion this time. Sorry for blowing out part of the school, Professor Goodwitch. Not your fault, Mr. Blue. This time. You can go now. I need to have words with your dust professor about causing property damage to the campus again. This isn't the first time? Stupid question? It is not the first time, no. It is a consequence of having a school to teach the students how to slay monsters with lethal weapons. Things tend to get destroyed. Thankfully, the school is insured for this kind of damage, and it can be repaired quite easily. I see. Thanks again for your assistance, Mr. Blue. Happy to help, Professor. Alright, it's evening. What can I do? Right. No. Gotta make up. Gotta spend every 338 like 8 days, like it's my last, if that makes sense. Yet. Oh. Wait, I thought. Okay. Okay, the game crashed whenever I went to Main Street at evening for some reason. Oh, right. So for now, I think we'll go to the gym. Which, Blaze is finally here, I think. Thanks, Blaze. Hey, anything to get us both in the shower? Walked right into this, didn't I? Yes, you did. It's gotten late. We should go back to the room. Not before that shower, though, lover boy. Oh boy. Oh, the shower is unisex, too. Good morning, Cobalt. You seem well rested. Wait a minute. What, do I not get a day sequence? I have you to thank for that, but now it's time to get up. February. Tuesday. Okay. I think that counts as a day. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that day. I certainly did. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoy. I already said that. Support Dino Man in the link below. I have a Twitter. Apparently, I don't do anything on there. I also make bad covers. I might make more. Bye.